Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo flawless on Harbinger with Hunter. For my subclass, I'll be using bottom tree with Gambler's Dodge. For my kinetic, I'll be using the Will of the Horde with the arc bow, point of the stag, with the arc machine gun, 7 Seraph Soul. For my helmet, I'll be using 10 disciplined, machine gun, ammo finder, grenade launcher, ammo finder, shield break charge. Next I'll be using 10 recovery, grenade launcher loader, fire team medic. Next I'll be using the 6 coyote, 10 recovery, concussive dampener, solar damage resistance with high energy fire. Next I'll be using double machine gun scavenger, 5 mobility with global reach. Lastly, I'll be using 5 mobility mod, the momentum siphon with the condenser mod where we can stagger unstoppable champions along with the war mines protection. So I'll be swapping 3 energy primary weapons. I'll be using the point of the stag, the void pulse rifle, the last perdition, solar bow, tranny of heaven. Alright guys, so for this week's gonna be a little different. The boss is gonna be different. It's gonna be a little bit more tougher than week 1 and last week. So we all know last week was pretty fun, it wasn't too bad. But for this week, it's gonna be a little tricky. So as you guys know, the puzzle is gonna be a little bit different. So we're going to kill 3 of the emissaries, but I like to call them the 3 mini bosses. So there's going to be solar, arc, and void, and depending of which emissaries or the 3 mini bosses you killed, that will lead to the first room where you have to take down a wave of ads. For this video, you can use stompies to make the jumps easier for Hunter. For me, I was just a little lazy to put on stompies on. What you do, just like for all the characters, you can go on this tree and carefully jump to the next area. So if you're not using stompies, then I advise you to be careful on your jump where you can actually fall down if you're not too careful of timing your jumps for Hunter. Next, I like to go on this invisible platform and then just go up here and jump to the left side. And now we'll be dealing with the 3 bosses. So what I like to do is first deal with the Void Wizard, which is why I have a pulse rifle. Since unfortunately Void bows are sunset and I can't use it, you could just go around here and not go through the door, where you can actually take down this Void Wizard far away, and you don't have to deal with the wave of ads spawning if you stay right here and not go through the door. You can actually do enough damage until it's half health and the Void Wizard will spawn. So I like to deal with the arc mini boss, so I switch to a arc bow, and I like to deal with the snipers from left and right. So there are 2 ways to deal with this mini arc boss. You can go on the top of the platform where I killed the sniper, or you can go around to this area where you could just spam your bow, do critical hit shots, and take down about half of the health so the boss can despawn. Once I take down half of the boss, I switch to the solar bow, and if you do not have a solar bow, then I recommend using the solar pulse rifle Stars and Shadow. I need to kill a ad just to get a little bit more primary on my bow. What I like to do is take down this sniper since it likes to spam so much throughout this room. Then I am going to go around this area and to take down the solar knight. So you can go around here and you can avoid the waves of ads spawning by just going around this area. And then just do critical hit shots or use your will of the horde to do DPS until it's half health. You can also dodge the Solar Knight's attack as well around this area. So because it was immune, I decided to push and for the Solar Knight to despawn. So first what I like to do is to deal with the wizard. So what I'm going to do is go to this door where the blight is blocking. And I like to first deal with the wizard. So you can actually spam your nade or your will of the horde to take down the wizard. Now sometimes the wizard doesn't push, which you can see over here. Sometimes it pushes or dodges to the left side just to be a troll. And if you do clear down a couple of ads, then the wizard will back away. So if it does happen, the wizard does back away. Just clear out the remaining ads and then just take down the wizard last. You can also use your super as well if you want to. So you can actually go on top of this platform, since the wizard can melt you if you are not too careful. So, once we take down the first mini boss, then I like to first take down the arc. So, what I like to do is just go to the left side, take down the blight wall, and I'll be going to the right side. Then of course, we're going to be switching to our arc bow and deal with the two snipers from left and right. Also, I like to mention there is a sniper in the middle of the platform, so you can take it down with your bow or throw a nade. I like to first take down the taken our cabal. So I like to go over here and take down a couple goblins. So there is going to be a void knight as well, a mini one where you could just throw your nade and easily take it down with your heavy. So once I do that, I just collect a couple of ammo and switch to my solar bow to deal with the last mini boss. So I just go back here and then just go to the right side. I jump over there just to pick up some ammo. So I like to go straight over here and go to the blight door on the right side. There are a couple of goblins, since they can be a little harmless if you just take them down with a bow. So in this room it's going to be almost similar like last week, where to deal a couple of snipers and the taken void ad on the platform. You can actually just spam your arc machine gun to take down the shield, since they're the most annoying part throughout this area or throughout the room. There will be a solar knight at the bottom right. where you can see it did try to attack me. You can actually use your super to take it down, or you can just spam your heavy once you break down the solar shield. Once you take down the solar knight, then we proceed to the next area, the little mini Lake of Shadows boss room. We're going to be dealing with a wave of ads. So in this area, all depends on which ones you kill at the puzzle room. So in this video, I kill the Void, Arc, and Solar. The first wave, we're going to deal with the Void Wizards. Then second, we're going to deal with the Arc Cabals, and next will be the Solar Knights. So you can actually go to this platform and take down the Void Solars easily. If you don't kill the Void Wizards, then there will be an infinite wave of ads until you kill the 2 wizards. So once you do kill the 2 wizards, then the infinite wave of spawns will stop and you can take your time killing these taken thralls. Now, the most annoying part is once you kill or take down the Void Wizards, these ads like to run away from you. Once you clear down the ads, I do highly recommend you stand on this platform where I am when you kill the last ad. You can actually use your ghost to see if you're missing one, if there are 2 or 3 more throughout this area. So I'm going to do a mini time skip and you'll see me leaving one ad alone so I can go to the top of the right platform for the second wave of ads. Once you kill the last ad and you're around this platform where I'm standing, there's going to be a second wave of ads, a couple of snipers, 1 unstoppable champion, and 2 arc captains where I highly recommend you take them down quickly as possible. So I took down 1 and 1 will walk up to you where you can kill it much easier. And I also like to say to be careful with the sniper from the right side when dealing with the second Arc Cabal. Once you take down the first and the second one, then the infinite waves of snipers and ads will stop infinite spawning and you can actually take your time to deal with the unstoppable champion. Because I didn't feel like using a kinetic hand cannon, I decided to throw a smoke just to stagger it and take my time to DPS the unstoppable champion. Now you can actually go around the area to grab some ammo, since this is the perfect time to do so. You can see that I switched to my solar bow since I'm going to get ready for the third wave of ads. So we're going to do something similar like week 1 with the solar knights. But as you can see here, we can easily take down the unstoppable champion from long distance. Alright, so for the third wave, there's going to be 2 solar knights. You can actually stand over here, which can be the safest area. It all depends of where the solar knights are, and there is one at the bottom, but if it can't see you, it will not attack you. And this is a perfect chance to deal with the 2 unstoppable champions. So if the solar knight doesn't walk up towards you on the left side, or towards the right side, you can actually just take your time to take down the unstoppable champion. So you can see there that sometimes a solar knight can attack you if you're on the edge of the platform, so you have to be a little bit cautious. And as well, you can use your super on the unstoppable champion or the solar knights. In this video, I decided to use my super on the solar knight since they do tend to teleport and lag left and right, which can be a bit annoying. So you can see there they like to lag teleport, and you can actually use your super or your will of the horde to take it down. Or of course you can do a body shot as well. Once you take down the first Solar Knight, then you can take your time to take down the second Unstoppable Champion. Now, for the second Solar Knight, it always likes to go behind a rock from the right side, which I will show you very soon. So the second Solar Knight is pretty harmless as long as you're not too close to it. The only things I would say is to take down these goblins since they do infinite spawn, since I haven't killed the Solar Knight yet and I want to focus on the champion. You can actually go to this platform and do a gambler's dodge to get your smoke back. So once you do that, you can do your finisher and deal with the Solar Knight, which it likes to hide behind a rock over here. And it always does in every attempt video I've done, especially on this, especially the third phase. They always like to stand behind a rock, and it's very harmless. So once you defeat the solar boss, what I like to do is go to the next room where you just collect the ammo and proceed to the next area. So just like last week, you can actually go to this little platform here and then just make your way to the Blight wall. So now we're going to teleport to the jumping puzzle, and the jumping puzzle is basically the same thing as last week. So there's nothing different at all. So what you can do is first, just like last week, you can take down the sniper up ahead with your scout rifle, pulse rifle, or bow. Once you do, you can jump around this platform. And of course there are blight walls, which I highly recommend you be careful because they can push you off the map. You can go around this area and turn the right side. You can jump over here and wait for the blight from the left side. You can jump around this platform, just make your way over here, and of course there are a lot of blight walls, which I highly recommend you be careful. I was waiting for the blight wall to do its animation so I won't get pushed off the map. You can jump around here and then just use your smoke, turn invisible, and just make your way to the next area. There are going to be shadow thralls, so you can actually shoot your Will-O-The-Horde to clear them down. And there's going to be a Void Wizard, which can be very dangerous. So if the wizard sees you on Hunter, then it can spam its tracking, and it can kill you. So even if you're invisible, it can see you, so I highly recommend you be careful. And here I was being a little reckless. Now for Warlock and Titan, you can take it down very quickly with the wizard. You could just use your pulse rifle and then just spam your heavy pop a healing rift. So there's going to be the last Unstoppable Champion, which you can easily just shoot your Will-O-The-Horde or your nade and throw your smoke bomb. So I accidentally turned off the music audio when I was doing my run. So I'm just going to put Whisper of the Worm boss music at the boss fight, just to make this run a little bit interesting. Plus the season's almost over, might as well do something a little bit different. Once we defeat the Unstoppable Champion, now we're going to deal with the final boss room, which is very different from the first week and last week. Now this one's gonna be a little tricky, and you can see here I switched to my arc bow. Now there's going to be 2 mini Cabal taken bosses where they have the tracking Blight of Death, which you guys are very familiar from Corrupted, from the elevator. Well, guess what? It's going to be almost similar like that, or maybe from Whisper. Do you guys remember Whisper, the Blight tracking you when you're trying to do DPS? Almost similar. So what I like to do is first try my best to do DPS of 1/3 of the health. If you do take down 1 bar, the 1/3 of the health, this mini boss will move. Now there is an infinite wave of adds no matter what you do. So there are going to be snipers all over and you can actually take them down, but they will, depending how many adds you kill, they will despawn back again. I was popping a smoke, spectating to see if the boss moved. I didn't do enough health to take down 1 bar. So as you can see here, depending how many adds you kill, then there will be more waves of adds. And there are infinite throughout this room. There's really no safe hiding spot around this room, maybe around here, as you can see. So I decided to pop a smoke and then just deal with the mini boss. So both of the boss have the same health. And they are very tanky. Well, not very tanky, but the health is just the same as last week, except it's 2 bosses instead of 1. So you're gonna be dealing with a lot of blights tracking you, and 2 of them can follow you at the same time, which I highly recommend to be careful. So you can see here that I am trying to take down the first mini boss, which can be a bit annoying, where it can actually shoot void at you, and spam is blight. Another thing I'd like to mention is, like I said, there are infinite waves of spawns where thralls can push you, which I highly recommend just put Will the Horde on the ground just in case they sneak up on you. So you can see there that these Arc Cabal bosses, they're very dangerous and they like to spam a lot of void, and snipers can snipe you from far away as well. If you are on red health, you have to pull back. Or if you're on Warlock, you can just pop a healing rift. So you can see the frustration of what will happen if you don't do massive DPS at the first mini boss. Especially if you don't take down the first bar. So you can see there, it could be a little bit annoying. What you can do is shoot the blights, and then shoot the blights and take down the Cabal 1/3 of the health. So when you do DPS on the first bar, the boss will actually jump down the ground, and he will be all the way from the back from the right side. So what you can do is pop a smoke, do a dodge, ignore these little snipers, break the shield with your bow, shoot a Will the Horde, and throw a nade to DPS the boss. You can see that I was trying to do DPS at the boss, so I did turn invisible and shoot my Will the Horde, so I can actually jump down in the ground to the right side. And of course I had to deal with a couple of taken thralls, which they like to push towards you. And of course 2 of the bosses like to spam their blight tracking, which can be annoying. So I finally did enough DPS at the boss so we can actually be in the ground and actually can do DPS finally to this boss. So you can see that this boss is tanky, and it's the same boss health as the other one. If you're on red health, do pull back, or if you're feeling confident, then you can just resume your DPS. Here I decided to pull back and just wait for my dodge. There are a couple of snipers which they can shoot you from far away. You can also take down the snipers if they are messing up your DPS or making your run a little bit frustrating. So I decided to do DPS at the boss once again, and you can see it likes to spam its void attack, it likes to go and spam its blight, tracking of death towards me. So it could be a little annoying, especially dealing with the first mini boss. So you could just spam your will the horde. And of course, if the blight is tracking you, you can just switch to your machine gun to take it down. So I finally took down the first mini boss, and sadly we're going to be dealing with the second one, which is very annoying. Now I know what you're going to say, so is it possible to jump on the right platform where you can deal with the boss? Well, the thing is, there's a wave of infinite ads, and even if you clear down all the ads from the left side, they're going to spawn again no matter what you do. And I did test it out on the right platform, where I did try to clear down all the ads on the left side, and to see if I can do some DPS on top of the cliff. But sadly, if I kill them, then all the ads will infinite spawn again and again, no matter what you do. So there are two ways to deal with this cabal. You can actually just spam your bow from long distance, or you can just turn invisible and then just go on this cliff, which there will be ads, a lot of them guarding their life, and you can just throw your nade, spam your will the horde, and then just retreat. And you can see there that it can be very dangerous. And then once you get your dodge back, you could just go again towards the cabal. So what you want to do is try your best to at least do 1 bar of the health. Try your best to DPS 1 bar on the mini boss. Now if there are snipers, if they do spawn, I do highly recommend to take them down. Reason why is if you do pull back, these snipers can actually shoot you from behind, which can be a bit annoying. So just take 2 of the snipers, and once you do, you can just resume your DPS at the boss. So yeah, these snipers are really dangerous. That's why I wanted to just use a scout rifle or a bow just to take down these snipers, so I can actually do some DPS at the boss. So I decided to pull back again, wait for my dodge, and then just resume to do DPS at least a third of the boss. So once you do a third of the boss will magically jump or teleport to the middle of the room, which things can get more tricky. So the boss likes to spam its void and spam its blight tracking to try to kill you. You can go around to this platform and then just use your super, use your will the horde Now, I like to say when using your super, you have to be cautious from the snipers from the left side. The left side, they can snipe you and kill you when you are using your super, which can be a bit annoying when dealing with this boss. So you can see here I'm multitasking. The reason why I'm shooting the Wilderhorde at the floor is because infinite taken thralls like to sneak up on me and try to mess up my DPS at the boss. So you can see here I'm trying to do DPS at the boss. And of course these blights are damaging me. So if I'm on red health, I will pull back. If you do see snipers, take them down. That way they won't snipe you when you are running away to your safe spot. So you can see over here there are 2 snipers and I wanted to take them down since I didn't want them to mess up my DPS. So yeah, this part can be a bit annoying because sometimes the Arc Cabal boss moves around. It moves all the way from the right side and then it goes near the rock. And you can see I'm multitasking since the boss sometimes is not in that area. Then I decide to go to the other rock, which the boss can actually spam its void attack and to try to kill you. If you are trying to do DPS on the left side behind a rock, which you will see very soon which one I'm talking about. So yeah, this part can be really annoying. Like I'm trying to see where the boss is, but these infinite taken thralls are messing with me and then the snipers are messing with me, so it could be a little bit annoying throughout this entire boss room. So you can actually spam your Wilderhorde and then just do DPS. Now if you have Anarchy, then use it. If you have it, then just use it. It will make your life easier, and I'm probably gonna try to see if I can do a different loadout to do this mission next time. So like I said, if you're on red, then pull back to your safe spot. And you can see here that this blight was bouncing back and forth behind the rock. Really annoying. Now I was trying to shoot it with my arc machine gun. So you can see that 2 snipers spawn again. And of course the blight is tracking me. So I ran out of bows and I had to turn the Vizzle and get some ammo. So I'll do a mini time skip on this part. So you can see how annoying this boss fight is, and I would say yeah, I guess for this week the boss fight is much harder than week 1 and week 2. Like the most annoying part for me is the infinite waves of ads. I killed one of the bosses, and why I can't go on the left platform where I can have an easier time DPSing the boss. And I wish I could, but I can't because it's infinite waves of ads left and right. Even if you kill the first mini boss, it's still gonna be infinite waves of ads. It won't stop until you kill both of the bosses. So you can see there that I did try to go behind the rock as I mentioned before, and the boss started spamming his void, and it was ridiculous. So I had to pull back and then try to do DPS again at the boss. So yeah, you can see it can be a little bit annoying, and of course I ran out of bow, so I had to spam my arc machine gun. So if this happens to you, just get your smoke and then just look for ammo. So you can see over here that I'm trying to kill the boss because he was lagging and teleporting all over left and right. If you saw there, the boss seems to be a little bit more aggressive. So if the boss is on low health, he starts to spam his void attack and spam his blight tracking of death attack. So you can see there, he attacked me with the blight, I destroyed it, and then he's gonna do it again. I'm not even joking, it's ridiculous. So if you have a lot of Will-O-Wisp, just spam it. And this boss seems to be very smart, is hiding behind that little rock, and it can be a bit annoying. And at the same time it's spamming its void attack. So what I like to do is just spam my Will-O-Wisp and the bow. Just take it down quickly because it was starting to get a little bit annoying. Because he kept hiding behind a rock, he kept going left and right, and you saw there that I shot a bow and he teleported from the right side. So I'm a little confused about it. As you can see there, I just spammed my arc machine gun and took it down. So for this week, the boss is much more difficult than the first week and the second week. Reason why is because there is a wave of infinite ads along with infinite snipers, thralls chasing you trying to kill you, and the boss spamming his blight tracking of death and spamming his void attack. I'll probably come back to this mission if I have time to see if I can do a different loadout. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.